No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Where do we go from here? Welcome to All Things Entertainment. I'm your host, William Thomas Alexander. And if you're wondering why my tone is like this, I just came from watching the fourth episode. Is it fourth or fifth? Fourth episode of Daredevil Season 2. And they did something I didn't think they would ever do. I know I don't usually care about spoiling stuff, but for this review specifically, I'm not going to give any spoilers as to what happens at the end of the episode. But just know they did something that is going to change the Kingpin and every single character that we see in this show forever. The aftermath, the consequences that result from the end of this episode are going to be massive. This episode was great. Every single Daredevil episode this season has been fantastic. Over 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 and above. All right, and this episode does not fall short. We get a little bit more of Matthew Lillard's character. He's always, big brothering Wilson Fisk. He's always acting as if he can't be touched. And we come to find out quickly, it doesn't matter who he thinks he is. The Kingpin is always going to have the upper hand. All right, and I'm really enjoying the Buck character, Fisk's right-hand man. I'm really enjoying his character. They're giving him so much more to do this season than he did in the last season. You're really seeing how badass he really is, and you also understand why he is the one that protects Fisk, why he is the first line of defense that's closest to him. Not the first line of defense, but he's the last, I guess, line of defense that is going to be there for Fisk if Fisk needs to be saved. You understand that. Buck is that dude. Like, he's nice with it. Man, there's a scene in there where you think that this character has the drop on Kingpin, and you realize very, very quickly that no, Wilson Fisk always has the upper hand. Wilson Fisk always has the best people around him to keep him protected. Buck is like that. He's like that. This episode is dealing with the boxing match that Mayor Fisk is hosting, I guess. I've never thought about it, but can the mayor of New York just box? Is that something, like, can he just do that as charity? Like, can the president of the United States just host a boxing event and just go out there on the ring? I mean, I guess there's no one that could stop him, right? But doesn't he have better things to do? I thought that was interesting. The fact that the mayor is just in a boxing match. Also, the boxing match was quite unfair. Fisk is 320 something pounds, facing a dude that's 212 or 215 pounds. Bro, he has like 100 pounds over him. That fight was unfair. And the punches that Fisk was throwing, man, oh my gosh. You could tell he's taking out all his aggression. Like, God, like, right, he's taking out all his aggression out, all right? And he has people talking to him in his ear saying that the job is done and the leak is, the hole is plugged. And it adds to his stats. He gets boosted stats from when he has his people tell him that the job is complete. He's just sitting there smiling. The next round starts and he goes to work again. But then things get a little chippy because Bullseye, and by the way, I think this episode had the best opening to any Daredevil episode I have seen in a while. And that's even including the Netflix series when it was on Netflix. This opening was amazing. It gave you exactly what you wanted to see from a bullseye frenzy of just killing. And yo, it was an amazing scene. Oh my, I'm loving the Bullseye character. They're giving him so much more. I love the fact that they kept the same actor. Like, these 3 people have been in this since the Netflix show. It's insane. I love it. And what they're doing with Bullseye, how he's complimenting, not really compliment, the contrast between Bullseye and Daredevil is really interesting, because Bullseye is the one that killed Foggy, but at the same time he feels grief and wants to do good for that bad deed. Daredevil's sitting here like, yo, I hate you so much for doing all that, for killing Foggy, but yeah, no, I can't let you do that either. The contrast is very interesting. I'm loving how they're telling the story. I really am. And you know, there's this big sequence at the end of the episode, and they do something at the end of this episode, y'all, that will have your jaw sitting on your lap. I shit you not. I still cannot believe that they went this way with this episode. Not only is it jarring just because, like, of how it goes down. You're just thinking everything is all right, and they just reveal that everything is quite not all right. But also the fact that, yo, what does this mean for the rest of the season? What does this mean for season 3? How does this change certain characters for the greater good? Like, I can only imagine what this means for this character moving forward. Like, the character that is closest, bro, I can only imagine what this means. I'm scared of what the aftermath of this is going to be. Bullseye also just never misses. I'm not like, even when there's something that alters his aim, he still manages to hit his target. It's ridiculous. That makes him so scary. That makes him so threatening and so lethal. And the fact that he just doesn't care. He doesn't really care about the people that he wants to hurt, because these people are bad people. That's what he sees in his eyes. So he really doesn't give a fuck. Bullseye is a standout in this season. All right, Vanessa Fisk is a standout in this season. The way that they tell her story, the way that she progresses through this season is so interesting. Like, Fisk really needs her, and she needs Fisk. It's a perfect but very weird love story that they got going. They both need each other, but they both need each other in a metaphorical sense, in a figurative sense, physically. That, like, it's interesting, their relationship in this season. They took a big jump in this season, man. I'm so intrigued to see where they go from this. Of course, you have the task force doing their thing. They're invading the law firm that Matt and this other black girl, I can't remember her name, they go and riot in there, and they're just forcing their entry in anywhere, any which way, to get whatever information that they need, to find whoever they need. They use force. They shoot first and ask questions later. And that's what makes the task force scary, because you don't know, they don't care. If they have to kill you, they will. Because that's what they're programmed to do. That's what their orders are. This episode was fantastic. It seems like they do better each and every episode. I'm loving how this season is going. By the end of this episode, if your jaw is not on your lap, you have to rewatch it, because you're not paying attention. There's no way. Your jaw will end up being on your lap after this. This was a perfect intro, a perfect ending. It wrapped up full circle. Characters are now going to be evolved and changed by the next episode. That's Daredevil, that's Bullseye, that's Karen, that's Fisk. Everyone is going to go through changes in these next couple episodes. We still have yet to see Jessica Jones, which excites the hell out of me. Because if this show is this great, this captivating, before we even get the character that they have been hinting at from the jump of the advertising, think about it. Think of how long we've known Jessica Jones is in this. Think about it. And we haven't even seen her yet. It's insane. We're going to get her in one of these episodes eventually, whether that's episode 5, 6, 7, or 8. It's one of them. And I'm excited to see what they do with her. There's still a lot to unpack with this season, you guys. There's a lot that they haven't told us yet. But this episode really left you off with a jarring jaw drop to the floor. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go check out the episode. Probably the best episode yet. And that's saying a lot because the first 3 were fantastic. I love what they're doing with this. Marvel, keep it up. Leave a like, comment, do that thing you do when you subscribe. Share this video with your friends. And I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. And I can't wait to see y'all on the next one.
Look, 1, 2, 3, release them.
When I tell you jaw dropped to the floor, like to the floor, I could not believe it, bro. I could not believe it. It is something that I didn't think I would ever see. And what does it mean? If you know, you know. If you've watched the episode and how this episode ended, what does this mean for Wilson Fisk? If you made it this far into the video, please let me know in the comment section what you think. Because shit's about to go down.